Hello everyone, welcome to our live stream of episode 7. I see, can you believe it? We are already here. Guys, if you are joining in and you have been with us from the beginning, thank you so much for sticking around. This is incredible. It's quite unbelievable that you've been with us for the last almost 2 months. Thank you for your constant support, your show of love on the comments. It is awesome. Welcome back. And if you are new and if you have no idea what this is, well, hello. My name is Paul Serstad. I'm the creator and director of Testament, which is a new TV show that reimagines the Book of Acts set in this alternate modern world. It is full of danger, full of excitement, full of thrills. It is very, out there. It is bold, it is daring, and it is in episode 7 right now. And, I'm a big fan of watching TV shows in order. So what I would recommend, if this is your first time learning anything about Testament, head over to angel.com/testament, where you can watch, and I'm pretty sure, because I've seen this for the past few weeks right now, episodes 1 and 2 are just free on Angel, no matter what. I think you just have to make an account, but then they are free. You can just watch them. If you like it, hey, why not become an Angel Guild member, and then you can binge the whole series. And when I say the whole series, I mean the whole series, because Episode 8 is already out. That's right, our season 1 finale is already out over on Angel Studios, which is scary and exciting and thrilling and just a bit, crazy. But guys, I'm excited. This episode 6, we left you on. We left you on a cliffhanger. It was I think probably the biggest cliffhanger that the season has done so far. This whole season, and I'm sure you guys want to dive straight into finding out what happens next. Although I'm sure a lot of you have seen episode 7 already, and I know we're just enjoying joining in the live stream. So if you have seen episode 7, I'm just going to ask. Don't put any spoilers in. Don't write what happens. Just let everyone experience it together. We're going to talk a little bit more about what's coming up in the episode, but I do have a few things to mention first, which is, and I have to say every time because I think people always forget, this live stream of the episode is only going to be up for 24 hours. Okay, so it's our way of just being able to share the show with as many people as possible all around the world for free. And when I say all around the world, I do really mean all around the world, because we keep on seeing, I even saw just on the comments now, someone always watching. Obviously, people from the States are watching. I'm here in London. I know a bunch of us here are watching. So this is reaching people all around the world. And what helps it get it to more people all over the world is by putting something in the comments, by putting something in the live chat right now to say where you're watching from. I love seeing it. Who you're watching with. What's been your favorite part so far, without any spoilers. But we just want to get the show out there to as many people as possible. So do that. Thank you. As well, if you are on the Angel Studios app, can you please, there is a link, there's a share it forward link. I'm losing my train of thought because someone on the side of camera is just pulling faces and they're making me laugh. So I'm just, I'm doing my best. Thank you very much. But if you are a guild member, you can share episodes forward for free. There's no limitation to this. You can find a link. I think there's a image on the screen right now where it says share it forward. It's a new way that Angel's come up with for people to be able to share episodes with anyone, anywhere for free. It's been great because I've been seeing in some communities and some private chat groups and things, people are just sharing their links. So people who maybe can't afford a guild membership or just can't right now or haven't yet, as a way to just get the show out there. So do share it forward. It's a really great way of getting the show out there. And another way of supporting the show is by paying it forward. You can head over to testamentseries.tv/PIF. And you can help pay it forward. That pays it forward into future seasons. Also, there is a want to translate the show into multiple languages, which would be really cool for English not to be the only language that this show is spoken in. And then as well, we're slowly building out our own website, so testamentseries.tv. What's the plan is there, it's going to be like a little home for Testament Series. We're just planning on building that out slowly. So right now there's not much on there, but you can go there. There's links on how to support, go to different places. We also want to build different like character pages so you can learn more about each character, where they're first mentioned in the Bible, what they're currently up to in the series. But that is going to take some time, but if you want to just follow us on the journey, head over to testamentseries.tv now and check out what we're doing. Right, before we get into episode 7, as has been the way of what we've been doing these past few weeks, is sharing a little bit of behind the scenes. And you might remember, if you've been following our journey for a while, so David, who's one of our team on the BTS, has wonderfully put together week by week, like behind the scenes per week of what we filmed, because we shot everything in different orders. And he's worked on those incredibly well for like the first few months of when we were releasing content. But you might remember that episode 7 we didn't show. Week 7 we didn't show because there was just a lot of spoilers. And if I'm honest, it's because it was a lot of episode 7 stuff. But he did make a week 8 video, and week 8 has a lot of still the same characters, a lot of the same location. So you'll see bits from episode 5, you'll see bits that you haven't seen yet, you'll see bits that were cut. But it's a really good look back at one of the biggest weeks that we had as Testament on our week 8 of shooting, which concluded our first block. We did 2 blocks. So without further ado, here is our look back to week 8, which has a few hints of what is coming up in episode 7. Here it is.
Welcome to BTS.
We are at St John's in Smith Square near Westminster. We're in this beautiful, beautiful venue, and it's just been really nice to have all of the main people in one space and seeing what they do as a group.
You've pushed yourselves to the absolute limit. You have ran, you have sprinted.
Well done.
Yeah, very hard that. Wasn't that running out the door and
You could pull a hamstring.
I should have done, yeah.
So are you guys all disciples?
Yeah.
Yeah, apostles.
My name's Danny and I'm playing Thomas, the Apostle Thomas.
I'm Thaddeus.
Yeah, I'm Nathaniel.
Yeah.
And Phil.
As opposed to Philip.
As opposed to Philip, yeah.
This is my second day. First day was last week in the pouring rain. I'm having a great time. I'm having a lot of pinch me moments. This is my first kind of job on screen, and yeah, it's an amazing like church as well that we're in. So I'm having a lot of can't quite believe it's real kind of moments.
Yeah, it's going really well. Today we're in St John Smith Square in this beautiful big chamber. Yeah, it's a beautiful day.
I mean, it's a beautiful place. Just from standing back there and looking that way and seeing all the curtains and the pillars.
Sometimes it can be a very stressful experience making a TV show or a movie, because you're limited by time and budgets and it's so many things. There's a possibility that everything could go wrong, right? What I've discovered, and I think that this is the joy and the beauty of the environment that Paul has created as a director, is that he's created an environment and that allows us to play off each other. There's a kind of, I wouldn't say there's a freedom, because of course, like filmmaking is a very technical thing, right? But within our scenes, it's what's lovely about it is that sometimes you can just come to them and just experience them, live them.
I mean, obviously, whenever you get an acting job, it's always enjoyable, but getting Testament was quite special in that respect, because whether you believe in God or not, Jesus is such a force for goodness and love. And Jesus has been a big part of my life. So to be part of that story is a wonderful feeling.
It's interesting how the events of the story, how the effect it has on the people in power, how we resist it, how we challenge it, and how strong our held beliefs are.
So there's multiple stories in Testament, which is why it's so good. I love being engrossed in someone fighting so hard and so much for something that they believe in. And for me, that's where the heart in this show comes from.
It's about the things that you believe in. It's about faith, and it's about what you will do to hold on to that faith. How do you fight and protect your faith when literally the stakes are against you? I found things that I didn't really expect to find, and I think that is testament. See what it's there to Paul and the team who have created this, and I think it is what makes it so rich.
Yeah, it was a really just a quite a fulfilling time. I remember there was one day that walking onto set, and I remember it was Faith, Kenneth, and I walking in, seeing all of these people, and just kind of holding on to each other and being like, this isn't normal. This is pretty, it doesn't get much cooler than this. And you're about to see something that, I think for us especially, doesn't get much. Maybe cool is not the right word, but special than this for us. We actually we took so episode 7 we wrote. This is the only episode that we actually wrote the screenplay all together, and we took ourselves away out of the country for a week and just spent time praying, crying, but cool crying, and going on long walks and just writing this episode, because we just knew it was going to be special, at least for us, and meaningful for us. So I hope you. I mean, for those of you who've watched it and the messages that we've been receiving, thank you. It feels like it feels like we've set out what we aim to do, and I feel like if God is working through it in a way that is impacting people, then hey, isn't that the goal? Isn't that awesome? So we are going to jump into episode 7. I really pray it does, just speak to you in a way that it spoke to us in the creation of it from start to finish, really. After the episode, I'm actually going to be, I've done a pre-recording with the one, the only, Charlie Beaven, who plays none other than Stephen. So I've got a great chat with Charlie. It's a long one, but it's really good, and we just talk about lots of different moments. He's absolutely wonderful, not only talented, but just also a very kind man. So yeah, I'm sure you'll enjoy that. And also, I'll be here to answer any questions. So if you want to write questions down that you might want me to answer, do that, because let's do that. Why not on episode 7? If you have someone to watch it with, hey, I would encourage it. Settle in. It's time for episode 7. This is where we have all been heading to. Hey everyone. That was, episode 7, I see. It's a heavy story. It's a heavy true story that is, don't really know what to say, guys. I hope it was an impact. I hope it ministered to you in some way. This is part of the birth of the church, and it's we can part of the reason why we made this show is, I think a lot of people, I don't know, I certainly do as well. When we read the Bible, we kind of skim over things sometimes, and we forget that there's a person behind that, and even simply that that person would have had a mother, a father, family. It just, you know, you imagine what might have been, and obviously we don't know, but it, yeah, I don't know, it just makes you consider what we're reading, for me at least, in a very meaningful way. And of course, now we're finally at the point in the Bible where Saul is introduced. This is the first time where Saul is mentioned in the biblical account, where they laid their coats at the feet of a young man named Saul, and that's where he appears for the first time. At the same time as where Stephen leaves the story. Yeah, wow. I think when it was quite, when we when we wrote this episode, I remember I'd kind of penciled the first scene of Pentecost together, and so when Faith, Kenneth, and I got together to write, I thought I'd share this first bit, and I was weeping, just trying to get through. And that wasn't even the stoning. I just think because we knew from the beginning where our season was heading towards, and just knowing, you know, we'd spent all this time writing and imagining what Stephen might have been like, and all his hopes and all his dreams, and then it's just this really weird moment as writers when you're getting ready to say goodbye. Yeah, it's heavy. Yeah, sorry guys, getting emotional. Rather than that, I have a wonderful interview with Charlie, which was filmed a few days ago on a very hot day. You know, so it's very different to right now. But if you just a reminder before we do that this live stream is up for 24 hours, so do share it if you think people will be moved by it. Enjoy is such a weird word to say with this episode, but you know, enjoy as well. Be impacted. 24 hours, and then yeah, just keep on spreading the word. We are, even though we're 7 episodes in, we're a new show. We are like this little team from the UK where nothing much has happened here for a while in terms of this type of content. It's me, my family, who just kind of pull people together to make this. So all the support you can give, sharing it with people, subscribing to this channel. If you're on YouTube, subscribe. It helps when people see like a channel growing. That it's like a mentality thing. People are more likely to check out what's going on. You know, when you see a big crowd, you go to the big crowd. So it does really help. So if you haven't subscribed, do subscribe to this channel. Do head over to testamentseries.tv. Over there, you can learn how to support the show. You can learn how to you can learn more about the show. It's a site that we're going to be building up as we go. And of course, head over to angel.com/testament to watch the show, because we've got all 8 episodes out right now. Yeah, and so I am going to be answering questions as well after this chat with Charlie. It's a lengthy chat. It's a good chat. But if you want to ask me any questions or you know, just want to pass anything along, I'll be scouring the comments to try and see what I can answer. But for now, I'm gonna compose myself. I'm sure you might want that too as well. And here is my wonderful, lively chat with the absolutely extraordinary Charlie Beaven, who plays Stephen. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome, Charlie Beaven, to our little actor chat at the end of our episode live streams. So everyone will have just watched episode 7, which I think you're a little bit in that, aren't you?
I do appear at some moments.
It's not your biggest, but it's there. But hey, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Yeah, great to be here.
Yeah, episode 7 is a what an undertaking.
Oh,
like you, everything you had to do in that episode from just, from the beginning of just, being on the floor and getting punched.
yeah.
But then from the moment you stand onwards, it is a roller coaster.
Yeah.
I guess, what was it like for you?
Oh my goodness. I feel like I was thrown into that kind of sequence in the filming of it, because that was in block 1. I'm not sure if people are aware of how things are filmed, but this is.
So actually, so when we were doing weekly behind the weeks. And so when it got to week 7, we didn't show behind the scenes of week 7 because this was week 7.
Yeah.
And
I joined in week
5.
Yeah. So I very quickly, actor Charlie was doing, kind of the later arc of Stephen, and which is very strange because you haven't done any of the build up to it as you tend to do in like theatre. I guess you start at the beginning, but this you kind of pretty much started kind of towards the end of the season. Yeah. So just had to go, okay, I need to bring the high stakes and the kind of moments that you want at the end of a TV show, is that kind of high level. Just I was thinking about that a lot, and trying to bring that into it as much as possible. But and also there's a long scene, that big chess match that they all play before I'm even allowed to speak.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how much I'm listening to that, how much he's aware that he's gonna have to say something, and what he knows the implications will be once he starts speaking. And it's from that moment where he, stops, he's quite upset, and then he kind of brings it together, and he has this feeling. And then from that moment on, he's kind of, processing and taking it all in and getting grounded and solid and preparing, I think.
Yeah. There's I read in a like a commentary that was about this biblical account of just describing Stephen knows this speech. He either has to convince everyone, or the worst will happen. Like
exactly.
he almost knows the stakes of speaking.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. I mean, the kind of first chunk of when we're in the present day, at least.
Yeah.
That's a 9-page scene, which is just so people know what normally a scene length is. Typically, like a good standard scene is around 2 pages, screenplay pages. Sometimes 3, sometimes 4. 4, you're getting into a long scene at that point. But this scene is 9 pages long, and. Steve. We almost forget that Stephen's.
Yeah, I kind of fade away for a bit, don't I?
It was fun to film as well, because we did all 9 pages like each time the whole way through. So it was like stage play almost. We just positioned the cameras, got them all going, and absolutely, it's a bit of a dance.
Yeah,
but I think that moment. I don't think I quite recognised how powerful the moment that you did was until I was in the edit room, was when you stand. The moment where you stand, catch your breath, and then just stare Caiaphas down.
Oh yeah.
It really, I don't know, because I don't know, when you're on set, you're catching so much and trying to get all these moments. But I thought what you did there, without any words, was just extraordinary.
Well, he was the one man that I have to convince, or what I know what will happen. So he kind of has to be 100% of Stephen's focus. I think. Do you know what I mean? He like the high on high. Who he kind of represents.
Yeah.
He has to get through to him somehow. So he's calculating. That's what I had. But yeah.
You had because he doesn't, for his perspective, he doesn't really know who you are. You're a nobody.
No.
Like,
Yeah.
genuinely, this is a boy just
Yeah.
being brought. Like, what on earth?
Yeah.
Until that moment of recognition of something in him. Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was just I don't know. It's just such a weird moment because it's silent, but it's so powerful. I think for what you did there.
Yeah.
What was it like? Because finding Charlie. Let's talk about finding Charlie Beaven. In terms of we knew, Faith, Kenneth, and I, writing it, we knew that Stephen was going to be the focal point of our first season. He was going to be the avatar, as you will, that viewers can put themselves into in terms of experiencing this movement. But it had to be somebody important, and Stephen was just this person in history that were like, this is the perfect person to do it. So, but finding you was extremely difficult. We had a lot of people audition, a lot of people put themselves forward, and I think we were getting, from our perspective at least, we got to the last batch, the last week of Stephen options, and we knew we hadn't found him.
My goodness.
Which was quite a scary place to be honest. What was it like for you in terms of the audition process?
I remember getting the email through from my agent and finding like the audition sides, but also I think there was a link to like 4 episodes. Do you remember this?
3, I think.
3 episodes?
I think so.
And
Maybe 4.
I can't remember. There was a link to a certain number of episodes, and I don't know if I should have had access to that link.
Yeah.
Oh, should have? Okay, great.
Yeah, you're okay. Okay, good. No one's in trouble.
And I remember reading it, and I mean, I'm such a fan of the twist that you were putting on it. I was like, I would love to pretend to be in this world, and I didn't know much about Stephen, so I had to do lots of research and preparation into him, which is amazing. And then when I was meeting you, I wanted to chat about the world. It really excited me, as well as the scenes that we were doing. But that was probably what I was most interested in. It was all the power and the electricity and the communication and all that kind of stuff. What would it be like to be a human being in this kind of TV show? That definitely held me. And then the scenes. I just remember thinking that Stephen is this boy at points where he misses his mum. Do you know what I mean? Like more than the spiritual journey is one of the aspects that he kind of has to go on, and I was definitely getting lots of advice from you about that. But like it's the relationships with his family and his friends and stuff that really make him someone that you could pass by on the street
and you recognise him.
Exactly, yeah. That all those kind of stuff I loved, and they're all in the scripts that you wrote. Do you know what I mean? That we didn't have to put them on. They're all from the other characters and the other scenes, and what people say about him and what he says about himself and stuff. It's all in there. So there's a whole. I really kind of felt a whole person in there.
What's fun is as well because Stephen's not introduced in the Bible until the end of episode 5 for us, the voting of the 7 deacons. That is literally Stephen's first intro, and then
gets the vote.
There's this guy who gets a vote, and then the next things that is he gets seized by the freedmen, and he's on trial, and he sadly is killed. But it meant that as writers we can go, okay, this is where. We know this person ends up in this place. Yeah. We know clearly from his speech he's highly intelligent because, I mean, you can do a doctorate on that speech if you really want to. Yeah. So we're like, okay, so where's the furthest we can go the other way? Like full of doubt, full of being completely new to it, not knowing how to communicate, and so there's this. He does sock puppets, and he's got Malachi, he's got a small group, and then he's in the synagogues, and so it was quite a nice exploration of going. We know that's where he is because that's scriptural. We've got that. Yeah. But to explore was I mean,
that was the thing that I wanted him to grow in the episodes, so he can get to that understanding. That was what I really, really wanted to put on my stamp on this character, was for him to start, as low as he can get with his understanding and his confidence, and to build him up and build him up and build him up. So when he does get taken out. It's even more, you know.
And there is a point where maybe it's different for different people, but where I think that the boy to man happens.
Yeah.
You know, in regards to your audition, what's funny is the writers, we always knew there's this little moment in episode 1 where Stephen returns to his mum when he comes back in the room, and it's such a small thing, and it sounds so silly, right? But I think you open the door and you say, "Mum, right?" And that's it. But Kenneth and I have chatted about this a lot. And Faith certainly has as well, about there's a singular half step, physical half step, that we've always known belongs to this line.
Yeah.
And it's been this really weird thing of when people did their auditions, seeing if they caught that moment.
Yeah.
It sounds so bizarre, but you did it, and we just went, "Oh, this could be Stephen." It was fascinating.
Oh my goodness.
And so that kind of got us. Bizarre, I know, and it might not make sense for aspiring actors and to be like, wait, what? But it was just, it communicated something.
Well, I think in that scene, yeah, and as you say, like the respect culture that came before, Esther has, you know, I have so much respect for her and her how she's brought me up, without my father being there. So it's like, I feel like he was a very well-behaved, good boy.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? That was what I kind of read from those first scenes, and how he tries to bring about his big day out. You know, when he comes back,
His big day out.
How he the language and how his sentences are broken up. You know, he hasn't had these kind of conversations with her.
No.
Doesn't have the. It's not in their relationship for him to bring her this new. You know, he's not comfortable.
Your final round of auditions, because I think you had 3.
Yeah.
Your final round was the speech.
Yes.
It was to do as much of the speech as possible, as one thing. It's obviously broken up in the thing.
I remember this.
Now, I mean, I think what's fun is you had a very different experience to what we did in the room.
Yeah.
Talk to me about it.
So I'm dyslexic, and I had, was it the whole speech, a big chunk?
It was definitely the ending, and it might have been the beginning. So we might have done the beginning and the ending chucked together.
And it was long then.
Yeah, it was long.
It was long then, and it was a pretty quick turnaround. You know, auditions, like a couple of days or something. I don't know. Straight back into the room, and I'm reading it to you, Faith, and Ken, 3 people, and the casting director, and Annalie, who's there. And I don't really know what's going on or how I've got to this point in the show. But I remember reading it and going, well, that was one of the worst things I've done in my life. Like, oh no, like just leave, go home, you know. And then I remember getting some notes from you and being like, yep, I think that's what I tried to do. You know, like bringing the fire and the passion and all that kind of stuff.
The room, we did a bit of so in auditions sometimes you can have, you don't just do your scenes. Sometimes the director or even the casting director might try
give you
and
ideas,
pull something out or try something else. Sometimes something completely different to what we actually want, just to see how flexible an actor is.
Yeah.
But this was to try and get the fire and passion of that speech. So it's not just like so it's full of heart.
Yeah, exactly. And I remember doing it, and taking on all the notes and doing all the things. And because I'm dyslexic, I'm jumping in and out and trying my best and losing my place and coming back in again, but just trying to commit to the notes. That's a bit of advice. Just if you get it wrong, it's okay, but just try and put the new notes that you're being given onto it as much as you can. And I left the room and said, thank you very much, Frank, for having me. And then called my agent pretty quickly afterwards. I was like, I can do it a lot better than that. Please let me self-tape. Let them know that I'll learn it and I'll film it and I'll send it back, because what I did, I wasn't like, you know, too overly proud of. And then you got that message, didn't you?
We got that message. So his agent called us. We were in the room. It was on the same day. It was in the next couple of hours, really.
Yeah.
We got that message from your agent, but we'd already made a decision in our room. So when Anna Lee, our casting director, got on the phone, she was like, he can do, but he's got the part. So so for us in the room, we'd seen a lot of the time. It's not seeing the perfection or the final product in an audition space. That's not what.
Yeah.
Very rarely, I'm sure it is the case sometimes, but that's not what certainly I'm ever looking for. I'm looking for the potential of that. And I think, you did commit to those notes. You did give the fire. You did give this passion. And I was like, cool, we can certainly do this. And you got another chance when we filmed it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
That was fun. What was you like? So what were you like when you got that called?
I was in, I think I was in a Starbucks, maybe, or like a Cafe Nero or something in central London, auditioning for something else, which I did not get. And
the director was looking for perfection on that.
Yeah, they were looking for perfection. No, it was something that I was just thinking about Testament, obviously, because that was a much smaller kind of thing. But I was, it's just the one thing that I wanted, and I was ready for my agent to come back and be like, yeah, sure, no, just record it again and send it off, and they'll think about it. That's what I was expecting when I got called. So I saw my agent, and I was like, hey, when do they want it by? Yeah, that's what I kind of thought. And he was like, well, I just talked to them, and you've got it. And I was like, what? Oh, are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my God, like, when do I start? It was completely ridiculous. I never thought, because I was, in my head, I was so far the other way, how I thought it had gone. I never thought it would come back around the other way like that.
Sometimes you don't quite, it can be really hard on ourselves, can't we?
Yeah.
Just as people.
Yeah, I was completely flawed.
Well, we were ecstatic. We were just, because as well, something to know for any aspiring actor is that the people in the room are so desperate for you to do well. We're willing you on entirely because we just want you to be the one.
Fill that position.
And you were.
Yeah.
And I think everyone who's watched it and everyone's just been like how much they love you and how much they think you've done phenomenal job.
Goodness. Oh goodness.
Yeah. We were great. We were very, very, very grateful to find you.
Well, I've loved doing it. So.
And then we had our read-throughs, our big cast read-through.
Oh my goodness.
That was fun. That was. I mean, we've shown that before, but that was like 50 people in a room, not even the whole cast, just doing the read-throughs of all the episodes. Yeah. And then we started our rehearsal process. We did 4 weeks in and out of rehearsals.
Couldn't every TV show do that? Because that was incredible. It's like the most useful thing for everybody. Because as I said, when you get thrown into it and you're all of a sudden in page 64 of episode 5, you're like, where am I?
Because we rehearsed as chronologically as possible.
Yeah.
To try and at least get the main
everyone's heads.
Yeah, exactly. Of what happens when.
Yeah, and that was for me invaluable.
Yeah.
So good, so useful. Because I said I wanted him to grow, so I wanted to know at what points, and there are years, a year goes by. So you want to know, what changes.
Okay, so let's go for what were your favourite moments to be in, to film? What were your highlights in Testament season 1?
I think a highlight was the filming the speech. There were lots of people there, like 100 or so people in front of and behind the camera. And everyone knew that I was about to say something for quite a while. So I had everybody there go, good luck. That times 100 is, and I was prepared for it. So I had, good luck, Charlie. Good luck, Charlie. Oh, good luck. Good luck. If you like your lines, good luck. Everybody, good luck, good luck, good luck. And then I was prepared for all that. And then Stuart came up to me. Stuart Scudamore. Gamaliel came over and said, Charlie, I'm not going to be there for the speech. Because his character gets taken away.
Oh, yeah.
Says, but I just want to give you a proper, heartfelt good luck, my boy.
This is a good impression.
You've got this, and that was so nice, and you know, he's got so much experience and he's so good. And when he said that, I was like, oh no, do I know my lines? Like, oh no! Like at that moment, I was like, I really raised the stakes. So I literally went straight back to all my workings and doing that. So that was a highlight to have him come up and say, yeah, good job. That was good.
So so just so everyone knows, we did that. The speech we did as one take. So it's cut up with like a lot of the other mini scenes that you saw that happens in terms of like the apostles trying to get there in time, Gamaliel outside the room, all of those little bits. But you filmed it as one big speech, just so you had the rhythm of it all and all of that. But so we had 3 cameras on you at once. You did it I will say 2.5 times.
Yes. Yeah.
But what was absolutely sensational is the time that you did the first take.
Yeah. Oh, goodness.
You do that last line, his promise arrived, and you're missing it. We just hold for a little bit, we keep holding, we shout cut, and I kid you not, so we've got all those ministers on the side, all those extras, we've got the crew, we've got 100+ people, genuinely just stood up and applauded. I've never seen that on a set. But goodness, you've got a standing ovation on a TV show. Usually you get that in plays, but you got it in TV.
Yeah.
That must have felt good.
Oh, that was insane. And it's a very big space in that. And it was just all those people clapping. It's a lot of noise, and when it's like someone saying "Happy Birthday," you're the only one not doing. I didn't clap myself, so it felt awesome to know that it kind of landed.
Yeah,
that felt really great. And I was learning my lines going over my work behind the furthest away pillar.
Yeah, I remember
really far away. I just tipped myself away, and I was going over it. And then you came around, and you were like, okay, we're ready to go for one. And you have a little mark on the floor where you have to stand to be in focus. And that walk from the pillar to that cross was probably about 50 meters. And that was the scariest walk of my entire life. Oh my goodness. Just once you've put everything down and then going, I'm going to go and film this now. Step, I'm still walking, step, I'm not there yet, step. And then I've got all the crowds of people watching me, step, hold it, action. Oh my goodness, that was scary. That was scary.
I can imagine.
But yeah, I was happy once it was done.
Yeah, smashed it. I mean, that must be a big thing. You know that's where the season's leading up to.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of pressure. It is. Other favourite moments?
I think in the scene with Saul when they get captured.
Oh, no,
that was
sick.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because obviously we know that we're both in the series and we're kind of doing this and never really seeing much of each other. And then when we finally do, we knew that moment was had to have some sizzle behind it. So yeah, that was great, getting to be in a scene with Eben, who's fantastic, and it's properly scary. Yeah. He is scary when he captures me, and there's nowhere I can go, and I'm being held down. That is a horrible feeling.
I remember that in the rehearsals, even that doing that scene together, because I was like, that was the first time that you'd done a scene.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this is going to be quite marvellous.
Yeah. It is that unstoppable force in an immovable object.
Yeah.
It's so yeah, that was awesome. I also loved pushing Caleb around in a wheelbarrow. That was good fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you this before, but he's quite light, and I'm very thankful for that. He was fun to push around, and you have to film it, a bunch of different times. So I was pushing him around 15 different ways, different angles, cameras going everywhere, and yeah, Stephen first was cracking jokes the entire way. He was having a great time, but yeah, that was good fun. Good fun.
Okay, well, I've got some audience questions for you.
Okay.
That happened. So on our we've got a Testament fan club on Facebook, and that's where I ask people to be able to say, hey, if you've got any questions, and we've got a bunch for you, so I'm going to have to pick some. just, and this can be a quick answer, but I've got to do it because he keeps on asking. What's your favourite ice cream?
Favourite ice cream? Oh,
no thinking. Go.
Passion fruit mochi.
Oh,
so good.
I remember when you did.
I introduced it to you, didn't it?
Did.
The Little Moons, passion fruit.
Oh my goodness. It was a warm day when we were doing outside the temple at Greenwich, and you...
Would anyone like a mochi?
My goodness, it changed my my entire palate. Yeah, great answer.
Yeah.
There we are. If you don't know them, go find them.
Yeah, go find them. Tesco's, £5.
Okay, so I mean, this is a good question. How did you find working alongside Eben, who plays Saul? Your characters are so contrasting, and the scenes between the two of you are some of the most intense. Did you spend a lot of time discussing them together beforehand? That's by Jessica Miller.
Jessica, hello. No, we didn't. Obviously, we had the rehearsals where we were working with Paul, but me and Eben on our own? No, not really. Our characters don't really know each other specifically that well. For him, I'm like a perfect example.
Yeah.
Other than that, it's not personal. Really, it is personal for us, but it's not specifically about Stephen as to why.
It's fun because we put that moment in at the end of episode 1 where your eyes lock, but that is just a foreshadowing moment. It isn't like, I know you.
Yeah, Stephen. Yeah, exactly. So there wasn't much, I don't think, for us as actors to really be gained out of knowing it, and also, which is also quite nice, is because we didn't fully know what each other were going to bring to our lines and those actions. We knew little bits, but when someone says action and they're giving you 100%, it does hit different.
Yeah.
Which is great, and I think it kept its spontaneity in those moments. Because Stephen doesn't know that he's going to be going to the Sanhedrin until that's exactly what he gets told of the plan. He could be going anywhere until he goes, you're going to go to the Sanhedrin. So I think it makes it worse. I think it makes it much, much worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jessica's actually got a great follow-up question, which is, how do you, because you've got a few of these, decompress from emotionally charged scenes, especially when you have to do take after take?
Ooh, gosh, I don't think I don't have a good answer. Different. It's different every time. It's not. I don't have a method of doing everything. I can be very emotional on certain days and be absolutely fine.
Is it different when because when you're doing the take after take, when you're doing the same things, is that different to when you have finished all of your takes?
Oh gosh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. If it's take after take, I love listening to music and headphones in between.
To keep you in the space?
Yeah, to keep me in this, keep me in the same kind of realm as I have to. And that was it was great, because obviously you're filming it for so long and so much time. You have to kind of have a way to stay in it. And I have noise cancelling headphones. The best thing ever. So good.
So here's a great one. Were you able to draw on your previous relationship with Lizzie Hopley to help in this role, or did it hinder your role? So Lizzie Hopley and Charlie Beaven knew each other because Lizzie directed you in your third year drama school show, in one of them at least.
Yes.
So you knew her before, and then of course Lizzie Hopley plays Esther, Stephen's mother. So did knowing her help, hinder? What was that like?
So helpful.
Yeah?
Because I knew that she's awesome. The fact that she'd been hired was such a vote of confidence. I got to see kind of we worked on Shakespeare together at drama school. She taught me so many good things that I apply to this and to everything else. So knowing that I was going to be in a scene with her, that was amazing. It was so helpful to have a familiar face. And there was how many people at the table read? 50? Yeah. 50 people or so. So having someone that you know, and also she didn't tell me off too many times at drama school, so that we had a good relationship.
You were going to say on set?
Yeah.
She didn't tell me off on set.
No,
so much, it's all right.
yeah, straight back to teacher student. So no, we got on really well. I think at drama school. So yeah, it was great to have her there.
Yeah, I guess it could have gone the other way if you had a bad experience.
Yeah,
with,
could you imagine if
with
she
somebody?
put me in detention a bunch of times and gave me spear carrier 2.
Did you guys have detention at drama school?
No.
I was gonna say.
Well, you'd have to do something really wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought that would be the case because weirdly you don't actually have that many scenes together.
No.
You have 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
And all in episode 1.
Yeah.
And that's
which was
devastation.
And it was my first couple of days was doing it all with her.
Yeah.
But yeah. But no, she was amazing and she was so nice and there was one take where I think after episode 1 she was like, yeah. It's like, yes,
Yes, my teacher says yes.
yes. That's good. I must have done something in that one.
Okay, I've got a couple of others which are good. What would you say is Stephen's biggest flaw or weakness? At least, and let's be clear with this question. We're talking about Stephen in the show. We're not making any assertions to the historical figure of Stephen, but your version of Stephen. What's his biggest flaw or weakness?
In Testament's biggest weakness. I mean, if he didn't have this weakness, the show would be over, I think, probably a lot quicker. If he was able to communicate instantly how he felt about these kind of things. He's very intelligent, I guess, academically. But spiritually, he has to learn and go through this. Has to have this journey of understanding. So I guess his weakness is his inability to quickly understand something that he doesn't know, which I guess we all have. So I can't say it's unique to Stephen, but I think he definitely lacks maybe a little bit of confidence at the start.
Sure.
But if he didn't have those kind of weaknesses, then I think it would be, probably 2 episodes a season.
Yeah.
He has to have those. Yeah.
This is maybe you haven't thought of this one. This is quite good. I've never thought of this. If you were able to travel back in time and meet Stephen in real life, what's the one question you would ask him?
Oh goodness,
that's a hard one.
Yeah.
Great question.
I would ask him, what's it? Do you get on with your mum now? It's like, did you have?
You'd ask about his family.
Yeah, I'd ask about his family, and say, oh, gosh, because I guess he, yeah, we don't know if Stephen, what Esther would really be like.
All I've said is what I know for certain, 100%, is that he had a mother.
Exactly.
And that I'll bet on.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't know anything.
Yeah. What was his family like? I think. What would his parents have been like, and their relationships to new faiths and old faiths. Did he manage to bring them with him? Did he have to leave them behind to follow what he wants? I would love to find out those facts and events and stuff.
Yeah, great question.
Yeah, great question.
But basically, we don't know. All right, so I've got one. This isn't a comment. This isn't a question.
Okay.
This is a comment.
Oh.
You, Stevens. Transition from timid to bold, from uncertain to confident is great to watch. We see your servant heart alongside great leadership, but I think the most impressive is the absolute assurance when standing up to Saul. You, Charlie, portray such a wide array and make it all feel so natural and believable. I don't really have a question, just a big round of applause on your skill and craftsmanship in making Stephen so precious.
Oh my good, yes, he is precious.
Yeah, he is.
That's good. That's good. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks.
So that's the last question.
Okay, nice.
It wasn't a question. Yeah, I think before we wrap this up, then I guess you've seen season 1. Give me your top 3 moments. You don't have to be in them.
Okay, great. I loved Doubting Thomas's speech.
Oh yeah,
I loved that, and I got to see him do it. A good couple of times. And he Danny Hetherington what a guy, what a man. He brings out some glorious moments in that memory, in that story, and it massively kicks off a Stephen's energy changes so much after that, and he kind of uses all of that story, I think, fuels it through his next year.
It's his course correction after his doubt moment, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Something for him to get excited about. I love all of Mido's scenes.
Mido Hamada plays the captain.
The captain is fantastic.
He just is, isn't he?
Oh, he is. Yeah, so good. So good. So strong, scary, so good. So anything that he does, I think, is fantastic. And I loved Saul and Gamaliel.
The breakup?
The breakup.
Oh, in episode 5. Yeah.
Oh, that is an awesome scene. Mega. Acting 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Scene stakes 10 out of 10. Saul's fire and Gamaliel's kind of like
water
loss. Water, and he's just, he's kind of been found out by his Padawan, but he's also, he can't admit to anything, and he kind of has to let him go, and then Saul on his own, when he doesn't belong to anything, is so dangerous and so scary. And then you're going, which way are you going to go now?
Yeah.
So I love those moments as well. And then anything Lizzie does when she's running after me is
Running Woman.
But it's heartbreaking.
So funnily enough,
absolutely heartbreaking.
When obviously I've seen every episode like 1,000 times, because in the edit and sound design and all of that. But it weirdly, emotions hit you at different points when you get used to a thing. But there's one that's creeped in, and it has stayed, which is when Lizzie begins her run. So in episode 6. When we kind of come back and Talia's like saying, and then that first time she just pats, and James Ducker's running after her with the camera. But I don't know, that moment of the running, that now for me
drops in.
It really starts this kind of the emotional.
Well, because you now
roller coaster.
You know where it's gonna, what she's trying to get to.
It's the desperation of a mother, of that. I don't need to know any more detail. I just need to get there. Yeah, it wrecks me now. Like, wow.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Yeah. Well, Charlie, you are sensational, and what an actor you are! what a tremendous gift we were given having found you. So thank you for all of your work. It's just stupendous. Do you have any final kind of thoughts or whatever for anyone watching? Or?
Ooh, final thoughts. I mean, you haven't seen episode 8 yet, so my final thoughts are, hang tight, and some more amazing work still coming. So hang tight, get ready for episode 8.
And there he is, the marvellous, the incredible, the one and only Charlie Beaven. What an amazing guy. What an honour to work with him as well. And I've said it so many times in that chat, but we were so glad to find him. It was really a story. Very, 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 very honoured to be able to work with Charlie, and what a masterful performance he gave in that episode. I've got some questions from you guys that I'd love to answer, but just a reminder, 24 hours this episode, so watch, share whilst the episode is still up. Obviously the interview with Charlie will still remain. Do head over to testamentseries.tv to find out how you can support the show, and just keep in touch with how we're building out the show. Also head over to angel.com/testament, where you can watch episodes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Because episode 8 is already out on the Angel app, and people have already been watching the season finale, but it is the season finale. Can you believe it? We're already there. Now, one of the questions that I have been getting quite a few times is this the last episode? No. This is episode 7. There is one more episode. And is there going to be a season 2? Or how close are we to filming it? How close are we to funding it? How close are we to all of that stuff regarding season 2? Because yes, we are planning to be a multi-season show. Currently, we're estimating that it's going to be around the 6th season mark. That's always flexible because you don't want to make anything too long. We don't want to make anything too short. We want to make sure that, you know, it keeps on engaging and we can tell the full story, which is what we want to do, the full story of the Book of Acts. So yeah, we have started the writing process of season 2. We've started the development process of season 2. We know what we're going to cover in the Book of Acts for season 2. We also have an idea what we want to cover in season 3. So we've got a plan for so far, and then there is a plan as well further out, but you know, step by step, right? So we are planning, we are starting the writing process, so it's kind of doing that macro mapping out, which is exciting. It's quite, it's juicy, it's fun, it's cool. I'm excited. I know everyone else is excited. When I say everyone, I really mean, you know, me, Faith and Kenneth, because we're like writing again, yay. So that'll be fun. In terms of funding and everything, yeah, we're in conversations with a few people about funding. But you can support in a couple of ways if you want to. You can either pay it forward through Angel's Pay It Forward system, which is testamentseries.tv/PIF. Otherwise, if you just keep on heading over to testamentseries.tv, you'll be able to find out different ways how to support us. Some of it through PIF, some of it you want to get in touch if you want to, you know, lots and lots of different ways. But I can't say too much about that. But hopefully you can find out more over on the site. Right, some other questions. What have we got? So Mary Diaz wrote, what was the most challenging aspect of filming this episode? Do you know what? I think it was probably the second last scene of this episode, where all the apostles, where Mary, where Gamaliel and Philip's there, and Esther comes through and come to the body. It's the last thing we shot of block 1 in our shooting schedule. So that was the first half. So after the last day on week 8, it was very cold, and it's quite weird because the apostles hadn't filmed much yet. That was some of their, like, not first day but second or third day. And it was this strange thing of getting everyone into this delicate place of, you know, you've lost someone, and especially when directing, you're trying to empathize as much and feel that with them. And it was just this incredibly beautiful but harrowing experience of just the repercussions and the conclusion of this episode. And yeah, I mean, I remember chatting to different actors and kind of thinking about what people might do at that point. There's that gorgeous part, I don't know if you caught it, where Tom Simper, who plays Peter, is he's thanking God at that moment, and that's a really hard thing to get your head around. But I mean, I've got an experience myself of doing that in like a really sorrowful time, and it's this kind of strange dichotomy that exists when you follow Jesus. It's strange, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, and it's hard. So yeah, I would say that was the most challenging aspect of filming. I think, yeah. Lisa Rodriguez asks, what is going to happen with Charlie now? We love him. I know. It is absolutely devastating. Yeah. Well, we don't know. He's going to be doing lots of incredible things, I'm sure. And hey, he's family, so we're going to have him on set all the time, just to be around. I'm not letting Charlie go. Love him too much. Scotty Brewer. Hey, Scotty, how's it going? I need to get you a spear, don't I? Somehow I need to get you a Sentinel spear. It's not here with me right now. That'll get you one somehow. How do you, Faith and Kenneth, approach the introduction of extra biblical plot elements into the story? Do you have any particular guiding philosophy for what's acceptable to add and what's not? Really great question. Yeah, because we've got stories like Mary's storyline that is not found in the Bible. She's not really mentioned in the Bible after the Gospel accounts. And yes, we have two guiding approaches, which is one which is what could have happened, what is probable, what's improbable, what's possible, what's impossible. Like they're the foundational ones. But because we're doing it in this alternate modern day, in a world where we're trying to reflect our world right now, we ask the questions: what are believers today facing? What might they face? What might be happening on our doorstep that we're not paying attention to? What might be happening that we're ignoring, or that we're not? What might we as Jesus followers be called to minister into in today's world? So we get to imagine that, and that's kind of a way of exploring optional storylines, but going with what's improbable and what's possible. But we also have plans for all of these stories to tie into the grander picture in the book of Acts, and of course as well into the letters, because Paul's letters feed into the book of Acts throughout. So I know people have been asking about Paul's letters, but and yes, they'll be included in the way that they give us information about what happens. They kind of fill in some gaps, especially in Saul's journey. It's quite fascinating. Andre Callie says, Paul, how do you not hate Saul after seeing this betrayal? I mean, there's zeal and there's obsession. Saul was obsessed. Yeah. I think it's hard not to hate him. It just like it is. And I think that's okay to say. It's a weird thing, we go, as Christians, we shouldn't hate, and no, we shouldn't. But it's also to say it's hard not to hate. I mean, we absolutely shouldn't. And that calling, that challenge, is something that the early church had to face. Obviously, we haven't got there yet, but eventually, they spoiler alert coming. But Saul's on a journey of his own, and can you imagine? Can you imagine being one of the apostles after what Saul did, and then having to welcome him in? There's again bits of his letters give more detail about what happened there. Go check it out, because it's in his letters, because it's just really cool. It gives you lots of details. But it must have been hard. It is hard. It's just hard, and I think that's okay to just sit in the difficulty for a bit. Miriam says, Paul, was it your idea to make Testament in this alternate modern day? Yeah, because it was that's kind of the. Sorry, what are you saying? Oh, it's true. Faith is here saying, yeah, and you're a nerd. I am. I'm a Bible nerd. I'm a bit of a nerd. I'm a bit of a geek when it comes to all these films and world building stuff. So it was an exciting thing for me to do, but also in a communicating way, I wanted to be able to tell the story in a way that would reflect something exciting in terms of our world and what audiences engage with. So yeah, it was fun. I really enjoyed it. The nerd in me certainly did. And then that question I have already answered about season 2. Is it easier to work with your family on set? Not for me. It just went, not for me. Yeah and no. It's a really weird thing, because I think when you're family, there's just this unconditional love, which has its pros and cons. It means that you can be absolutely blunt with each other and tell each other how it is and how to make things better. And on the negative side, you can be absolutely blunt with each other and tell things how it is, and it just hurts, or you're hurting. So it's actually a tremendous gift, and I wouldn't want to do it with anyone else, because it's just what a privilege and an honour. But yeah, it is easy, but it's also difficult. I think it's like anyone, you know, pros and cons, but I certainly wouldn't want to do it any other way. Paul, at what moment during this episode did you feel the Holy Spirit most strongly? And what point in this season as well? Strangely, the opening of this episode, Acts 2, there was the Pentecost moment in the upper room. It was that we did the wide shot first, and all the actors had their line in their language, and we hadn't done it before, and we went, let's just go for it. Let's just try it. And it was on the wide shot, and we just went action. It was just electric. It was just the Lord's Prayer being said in all these different languages in this overrun way, and you could just fit. The room was literally like, that was powerful. Unfortunately, we had to change the blocking after that because it didn't quite work. So that shot's not been used. But for us on set, it was a really powerful moment. It was great, guys. I think that's it from me. Sorry. In the episode and the season? Yes, it is the end of this episode. I can't hear what. Oh, what's the most Holy Spirit episode in this episode and in the season? Oh, I don't know the season. Ooh. I don't know. I'm gonna have to get back to you on that. I can't. There's a lot. I don't know. I don't want to pick out the most. I don't know. Sorry, I don't want to answer that one. I just don't. There's too many. Maybe I can do like a live stream on Instagram or something like that, or YouTube, and we can just do I'll go on for an hour and we can just answer any questions you have. Guys, oh no, someone's writing here. Saul Paul is an incredible illustration of what. Oh, he's not writing fast enough. He's not writing fast enough. Someone on my team. Never mind. Guys, thank you so much. It's been absolutely wonderful to share this episode with you. And remember, this is not the end of the season. Episode 8 is around the corner. In fact, it's not even around the corner. It's out. It's out right now. But help us out. If you enjoyed this, head over to IMDb. Rate the show. Rate what you think about it. Leave us a review. Again, things like this, like reviewing it, posting it, sharing it, putting it on public platforms. I can't express how much it helps a show. And it might not seem like a lot if you're just going, oh, I gave it this out of that. That adds up. It really, really does. So if you want to support us and you can't, financially, or you can't, join the guild, there are other ways. Just by sharing the show, liking, subscribing, by going and rating it, by leaving a review, things like that, hugely, hugely help. And talk about it. Word of mouth to your friends, to your family, to your loved ones, to your worst enemies, because it's hard. It's hard, isn't it? But we can't hate people, so gotta love them. Gotta love them. Guys, thank you so much. It's been an absolute privilege. Loved it. Thank you. And I will see you next week for the season 1 finale of episode 8. I can't believe I'm saying it. Wow. So I'll leave you with the trailer instead. Here it is.
You've disappointed us all, Gamaliel. You remember what he said? I've told you this so you won't fall away. I'll kick you out the synagogues. And anyone who kills you will think they're doing God's work. All because they haven't known the Father or me. So when the time comes, remember I warned you about them.